for Ask the Expert. A generation ago, retirement was fairly predictable. Social Security and pensions provided most of your income, and a retiree's biggest concern was whether to play golf or tennis.
Not the case.
No.
Anymore. Financial professional Brad Allen from wealthwisconsin.com here to tell us why retirement planning has changed and some tips on how we can prepare in this new world that we live in.
Right. Yeah. So ever since 2008, we had that big recession. A lot of people are worried about, what are we doing with our retirement accounts? We lost 30 or 40% in those accounts in that year. So a lot of people are scared to put money into it. So on the same note, the millennials of the world are having a tough time finding jobs after college. So we came up with a list of 5 different things that you need to think about when you're planning for retirement.
Well, walk us through the points.
Sure, yeah. Number 1 is going to be there is no safety net, right? So Social Security and pension income used to cover pretty much everything going out for a retired couple. Nowadays, Social Security covers about 27% of what the expenses are per month, and pension plans are pretty much a thing of the past.
Right.
19% of companies still have pension plans in place, but the rest of them are, 401ks, 403bs, retirement accounts. So you really have to be your own advocate nowadays and really contribute that 10 to 15% per month. Number 2 is going to be planning for longevity. They call that the extra decade.
We're living longer than we used to.
A lot longer than we used to. Yeah. So in 1985, a man would live 14 years after retirement on average. A woman would live 19 years. That's jumped up to 26 years for men and 29 years for women. So that's that extra decade plus that we have to plan out for and budget for. And it really just comes down to having a retirement plan put in place for you.
I'm scared. My grandmother's turning 90 next week.
All right, move us down the list. Number 3.
Number 3 is going to be the single factor. A lot of the divorce rate has gone up since 1980, so there's a lot of folks going into retirement as a single individual. So now it plans out a little bit differently. You usually have to save on average 20% more than what a married couple would have to save going into retirement. And now you're not going to have things like spousal benefits for Social Security, and survivor benefits, and all these different things. So really, you want to create that financial team around you of an attorney, a financial planner that can not only help you plan for retirement, but also implement that plan when you get there.
Last 30 seconds, last 2 topics.
Last 2 topics. So more debt, more problems. The more debt you have bringing into retirement, the more problems that occur. And then finally, health care coverage in retirement. You want to plan for, health care coverage went up 11% 2014 to 2015. So you just want to plan out for that. You want to know, do I need long-term care coverage? Do I need, all these different life insurances? What do I actually need in retirement? And a financial planner can really help you out in that aspect.
All right.
Real quick, bright side?
Bright side, millennials and Gen Xers are actually saving more than baby boomers actually saved for retirement. So there is a bright side. They see the, Social Security and pensions may not be there for us.
They're not spending as much.
They're not spending as much. They're not making as much as they thought they would, so they're not spending as much, but they're actually putting money aside to save for retirement. So that's great.
Thanks for coming in. Got a question for any of our experts? Here's how you get it to us. Ask the expert at TMJ4.com or call that number right there on your screen. Coming up at 4:30, a little boy